Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 16th of February 2023. I'm going to be going to this place in a town not too far away from me tonight to do some videoing of an event that's going to be happening. It's basically a rally against some proposed plans by the council for that particular town. I believe it might have something to do with the whole 15-minute city thing, and I think it's going to be basically a mini Oxford by the sound of it. I think I mentioned this yesterday. There's going to be some, what the guy said or described as some incendiary speakers, so probably worth going along just to see them, to be honest with you. But promises to be an interesting evening, and I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. And then of course we've got Oxford coming up as well on Saturday. Keep mentioning this because I want to mention it every day this week, so trying to encourage as many people to get along there as possible, and I think it'll be great. So like I keep saying, 1 p.m. Broad Street in the middle of Oxford there, and the blurb that I see about it does say it's going to go into the evening as well. There's going to be some networking and planning workshops, they describe them as. Apparently that more details on that are going to be announced on the day while we're all up there, so it might be best to plan to stay quite late if you're interested in attending that as well. So I'm not sure what it's all about, but I'm sure we'll find out on Saturday, so greatly looking forward to that. So what I wanted to talk about today is really where are we going to go from here. One of the talkers or speakers that I saw last weekend at this thing I went to last weekend was saying we're not going to be able to vote our way out of this, and that may or may not be true. We certainly need a political revolution in this country, big changes, not violent revolution obviously, but working within the system. We need to effect some kind of change which is going to be massive, and the only way I can see is basically if we all vote independent, both in local elections and in national or general elections as well. If we could get 650 independent MPs in Parliament, none of them would be able to be controlled or corrupted, and it would just be sort of fantastic. I think we'd have sort of people who can think and operate independently and therefore work for the good of their local areas, nationally and locally, and also for the good of the country rather than for the good of whoever we've got in power now deems fit, which is normally the powers that shouldn't be, these rich oligarchs. And we've got people like Sunak, etc., who just seem to work for these people and are more interested in dancing to their tune than actually doing any good for this country. And if you think things are going to change in a couple of years' time when the next general election comes up, and you think, oh yeah, we're going to get the Conservatives out and we're going to get Labour in, it's going to be so much better under Labour, and Starmer, he's a cool guy, he's going to sort everything out. No. No, that's a pipe dream, I'm afraid. One of the speakers this weekend, or last weekend should I say, was saying that Keir Starmer is the only MP out of 650 MPs who's a member of the Trilateral Commission, which is basically another one of these globalist sort of NGOs, these entities who are totally undemocratic and who are bought and paid for by these rich oligarchs, these powers that shouldn't be, and therefore have not got individual countries interests at heart at all, and certainly not the people within those countries' interests at heart. And yeah, Keir Starmer is a member of that. So if you're expecting any change when the next Labour government comes in, I'm afraid you're going to be very, very disappointed. So I think, yeah, the only way out of it is if we all just start voting for independent MPs. Just ignore the Conservatives, ignore Labour, ignore Liberals, ignore the Greens, the SNP, etc. And if we can just get a lot of independents kind of installed up and down the country, both nationally and locally, that'd be great. You wouldn't even need 650 MPs who are independents. You'd only need a tenth of that, because 65 MPs would be a powerful block in Parliament who, you know, if they kind of operate more or less together, especially on the bigger issues, they would be able to you know, defeat government sort of proposals in Parliament. So wouldn't that be a really, really good way forward? Possible way forward. It'd be interesting to see what you think on this in the comments section below. And I am looking into some resources at the moment, so I will be talking quite a lot more about this next week, so stay tuned. But yeah, it may be a way of kind of shoving the powers that shouldn't be out of these sort of high political offices and getting rid of their influence over these high political offices. And people keep talking about a political revolution, how it may come in the next few years. I've seen several people talking about this, and I think that political revolution will come with the rise of the independent MP. Let's hope so. I hope that's going to be the case. And I don't know what you think, but I can't see any problem with a local MP who's an independent. They're not working to any kind of party political agenda. They're just working for us, the people who have elected them, and working for the good of their local communities and the country. So let me know what you think about that in the comments section below. And like I say, if you're going on Saturday, I look forward to seeing you there in Oxford. And I'll be back tomorrow with a final kind of a reminder about that, and no doubt some more thoughts tomorrow. But I'll leave it for now. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.